Hello there, Libra. Welcome to DragonTaleTarot. My name is Ariel, and this is your reading for our full moon that happens in Leo on February 9th, 2020 at 2:33 Eastern Time. That's going to be in the AM. This is going to be all about what you should expect with the energy of the full moon in Leo and getting into kind of some past, present, and future energies around these full moon cycles. Thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you being here so much. I apologize I was on a hiatus from my channel for a couple weeks. I actually have a video up about it and all the reasons why. It was pretty intense, but I had a very deep, life-changing event. So I'm so glad to be back with you. Very grateful for anyone who's following, watching, subscribing. And if you have not yet done so, I do invite you to reach out and hit that subscribe button and join the Dragon family. Also, do give it that dragon claw up by hitting the like button and let me know you enjoy the content on this channel. First, a few quick notes before we get started. This is a general reading, so it won't apply to every single Libra out there. So if the messages do resonate with you, they are meant for you. If they don't resonate with you, kick them out to another Libra, or just take what makes sense and leave the rest. Also, do be sure to check your natal chart, so see where your moon sign, Venus sign, rising, etc. are placed, so that you can also, watch the other ones that are corresponding to those signs and get even deeper messages around other areas of your life. This will mostly apply to Libra sun, moon, Venus, and rising signs, and all Libra cross watchers are welcome to join us as well. If you're interested in a personal reading or any information about the card decks I use, that is all down in the description box. So let's go ahead and get started, guys. The full moon, of course, we have one every month, and it's in a different sign every month. So this is the Leo full moon. A Leo full moon is obviously very emotionally dramatic. It's colorful, it's creative, it's loving, it's generous, it's overflowing, with all of those Leo elements of creativity. And, they love to play games, not like head games, but like games, like they actually like to gamble. They like to play, maybe online games or, actual sports. They're very, into that kind of thing. They love it. They love to have fun. Leo's a very joyful sign. So, this kind of full moon will bring up, things that make you happy or the things that don't make you happy, and show you where you need to change it to make it align better with what brings you joy. It also brings up your creative nature, so don't be surprised if creativity comes to the surface. Leo is also a sign that's very tuned into the joy and love of children and pets and animals, so don't be surprised if that comes into your life as well. So for you, Libra, this hits the universal house of the 11th. The 11th house is the Aquarius house. And it's interesting because in your universal chart, the house that rules Aquarius is your 5th, right? So your 5th house is where the Aquarius sector is. And then on the actual Aquarius house, that's where your Leo sector is. I know that seems a little confusing, but it's actually interesting when you have a full moon in the Aquarius house, because the opposite house of Leo is ruled by Aquarius in your overall universal. What that basically means in real talk is that this Leo full moon is going to bring up a lot of issues of, your public image, what you do to help humanity, any kind of causes that you champion. That's going to come up very strongly. And it also has to do with love received and love given, and the balance thereof. So you will definitely have, a little tap from the universe, Libra, that says, pay attention to who loves you and who you love and where it's reciprocated. And honestly, if it's not reciprocated, you might be really rethinking, anything that's, whether it's a relationship, friendship, work dynamic, etc., where it's like you're giving all the love and not getting anything back. Or if somebody comes to you and says, hey, Libra, I really want to be more part of your life, but I keep trying and you're not reaching back. Which is a little bit rare, because let's face it, most Libras reach back. You guys are very good at reciprocal energy. But just in case, that could sometimes come up, sure, because, you are also a cardinal alignment sign. So you get busy, you get working, and maybe, somebody that wants a little more of your time, is not getting heard. So just be open both ways, whether it is you not getting the balance that you're seeking when it comes to love given, and if someone else is feeling that that from you. So let's go ahead and jump into your cards. I'm going to start with the Moonology deck. We're going to use Queen of the Moon and also a couple of tarot cards to clarify. I'm going to do a past, present, future layout so that we have, you know, what's the past energy that we dealt with the Cancer Moon last month, January. So that's what's going to be, you know, we're coming from, because those full moon cycles go about 30 days to 30 days, and that's how, you know, we usually feel the influence the most strongly during that monthly phase. So let's go ahead and jump in. Dear angels, divine beings of light, guardians, ancestors, helpers, and healers, please be with the Sun, Moon, Venus, and rising sign of Libra as we do their full moon and Leo reading for February 2020. Protect their energy as well as mine throughout the session, and please bring through clear, accurate messages for their highest good. Thank you so much. All right. Oh, Libra, I like this. Okay, so yes, this last month, last 30-day cycle from the full moon in Cancer. Now, Cancer, full moon, that's very, very intense. That would have been hitting, you know, your 10th house. So that is a very, very heavy emotional placement, especially with all the Capricorn planets that we've had piled up in your universal 4th house. So absolutely working through your fears, whatever those are, working through anything that's been negative, painful, difficult. New moon and Scorpio energy is what was coming up around that. So it's absolutely, you know, telling me that that was a time period where you were really working through some deep psychological elements, whether you were truly aware of it or not. You know, things came up in life that just really made you come full circle and go, oh my goodness, I'm really, you know, cleaning the slate. I'm really clearing out a lot of psychological or emotional baggage. So let's pull a clarifier on top of that. Ooh, yes. Okay. So what comes up on top of that is this Hunter Moon of Abundance, which I love this card because look at all the animals, and we're talking about the connection of animals, you know, with that Leo full moon. Now the Hunter Moon, let me check my my little list here. I'm going to make sure which one that is. I'm pretty sure that's either, let's see, Green Moon, Hunter Moon. Yeah, that's October. So, funny enough, Libra, that is your time of year. So when you think about what you worked through over this last 30-day cycle from January to February, think about what you're coming up to when you get to the time around your birthday, actually, around your Libra month, when that Hunter Moon, and that would be probably in Aries because it would be the opposite of Libra, but when that comes up in October, there's something really even deeper that comes full circle for you and is very beautiful and very fulfilling. Not to say that you haven't already, you know, completed some of those abundant cycles right now and you are feeling better, you are feeling the shift, but this could be something that has even more depth and even more you know, completion and good luck coming in, you know, around your birthday time. So in the present energy, I really like this because, you know, we got the Leo full moon, and the full moon, you know, that's coming around this to amplify it is your full moon in Libra with those scales. A win-win outcome is forecast. So this Leo moon, I feel for you, Libra, brings things much more into balance, into clarity, helps you feel like you're getting back on track again. Something has changed. Maybe a partnership has rebalanced. Some part of you, some part of that other part of that scale has been filled and you are feeling a lot better. And then on top of that, the waning crescent. So this is a feeling of release, of relaxation. There's that peace card, even like that the colors are kind of very similar on these two cards. So like I said, this could be definitely you feeling more balanced, more peaceful. To me, this is very Libra. It's very symmetrical, right? You know, it has that feeling of balance around it. And that really comes by letting some things go, you know, some old stuff, some old baggage that just wasn't necessary for you anymore. And so then as we go into the immediate future, 30-day cycle after that February Leo full moon. We have the new moon in Aquarius, which is bring love into the situation. And it's interesting, like I said, because that full moon impacts your Aquarius house. So it definitely encourages you to be, really giving back to the world, possibly working in some sort of humanitarian cause or helping others in some big way, but you are bringing more love into your life. And very interesting, this is crossed by the long night moon, which is darkness. This is, I believe the long night moon is actually, let's see, yeah, that's the December moon, the cold moon. So yeah, that is interesting as well, because to me, the things that you're planting now, they have these ramifications like in October and December. Later, as we get into the, lower half of the year, you're going to see some of the things that you're already doing and already investing in start to pay off and start to come back around. It also tells me that, you've been waiting a while to, have that greater fulfillment, that greater balance and greater love, because to me, the long night moon always feels like, I'm hanging on there. I'll get through this cold time. I'll get through this winter, and, there'll be better days ahead. And I love the bunny rabbit here. And if you've watched my video about what was going on with me and why I was away from my channel, you'll know exactly why. So let's move Mr. Dragon over here. We're going to go ahead and grab some tarot. We're going to clarify all of these columns of past, present, future around this full moon and get some deeper messages here. Yeah, so Libra, there's definitely some strong messages coming through, and like we said with that, this is from the past column with the Scorpio moon and the abundance card. So this is the Hanged Man coming up on top of that. So, this last 30 days that you've experienced has definitely been a balancing act. You've kind of been feeling that time between times. It's like, I'm neither here nor there. I'm not completely in the old life, but I'm not completely in the new life yet. So definitely, this January cycle, the last full moon was, kind of challenging for you. It was definitely a period of transition, and, patience and growth and waiting for things to come back around. And yes, look at that. There's this feeling of stress. There's the feeling of inner conflict about it. Coming up to modify that, because that Five of Wands is that tussle energy. It's that feeling of having to battle something, or, there being some kind of conflict. It's usually not like big, horrible, giant conflict, but it's always that little feeling of stress of just like, I'm trying to break through this thing and I just can't. Or you're dealing with somebody difficult, whether it's, work, home, etc., going into the immediate energy. And, oh, Libra, I do feel that. Wow. When I'm talking about that Five of Wands, it's like, yeah, some of y'all have really been just like, I can't, like hitting your head against the wall kind of feeling. That's what I'm getting. Wow. So yeah, right now in the present, look at what comes up along with that win-win outcome and the Peace card, the waning crescent. It's like you might be willing to compromise. You might be willing to back off a little bit with that waning crescent to, for the sake of the peace. But look at that Queen of Swords, and that is your energy there, Libra, with that, that's that air woman, feminine air element. So it's like it's using its mind. It's very logical, very clear cut, but you're not taking any guff from anyone. You're really, standing very strong in your position and very steadfast, and you're going to use your mind and your intellect to argue whatever your case is for yourself there. And look at that Page of Coins. So, this definitely for some of you could have to do with work of some kind, because there is that, earth element coming through there. This could also be a thing where it's like you're having to deal with a lot of messages coming back and forth via work. You know, but to me, with that youthful energy of the Page of Earth, you could definitely also, for some of you, be thinking about either changing jobs, thinking about a new adventure, a new, you know, situation in work, or approaching it in a totally different kind of way, or even having just a side project that kind of feeds your soul. Because, you know, if you have felt like, you know, I love noticing, like, you know, the symbology here too. Look at the deer with the little butterfly. And that Queen of Swords, you know, her crown is made of butterflies. To me, butterflies are a symbol of transformation. So there is a little bit of that element creeping in there as well. And then on the future immediate coming up, with the Libra card and that long night moon, we have the High Priestess. So over this next 30-day cycle, you will be tuning in to the divine, tuning into your intuition, tuning into your own spiritual life, your own wisdom, your own mysteries. You might be a little bit more hush-hush. You might not be quite as emotionally out there. You might be really kind of working through some stuff within very deeply, and not telling everyone exactly what you're feeling or thinking, because you're taking some time to go within and really feel your inner truth. And look at that, the Strength card came out on top of that High Priestess, that number 8, which I really love, because to me that's all about you finding your balance yet again. It's the balance between human nature and spirit, and how we, you know, work through those and combine those, because our human nature gets worried, it gets anxious, it gets angry, it gets sad, it gets all these emotions, volatile. You know, there's that lion, you know, to me this is Leo energy, and we got that Leo full moon, that this is representative of that cycle. So, you know, it's like calming that roaring lion, so that, you know, he can be more gentle and more regal and come through with his, you know, true power, instead of being frustrated or upsetting you or yourself, right? So it's kind of like dealing with that ego within, which Leo definitely does rule. So let's bring up a message from Archangel Michael. We're going to just give you this card as a last prayer and piece of advice for this Leo full moon. Oh, Libra, I love this. Self-respect is what came up for you. And Libra, many times you know, you will bend and you won't respect yourself, or, you know, keep your boundaries up, you know, your healthy boundaries with people, because you want to get along. But this is saying, no, you have to make sure to respect yourself first. Dear God and angels, thank you for helping me see myself as you see me through the eyes of love. Thank you for honoring and respecting me. Please guide me to do the same for myself, and grant me the courage to speak up on my own behalf. I ask for your protection in all of my relationships, so I'm surrounded by loving and kind people. So beautiful reading for you here, Libra, absolutely. And I hope you have a wonderful full moon, and I'll see you very soon. Take care.